Hello everyone, hope you're having a fantastic Sunday. Today we're going to start off with the Arkasodara tribal quests, then do Ameliance custom deliveries, and then finish off the last of the Aglaia quests. So we had one more follow-up quest that was released in 6.1 that I wanted to get through for this portion of content that we're working on. I didn't finish it last Sunday because I was really tired. So I was able to push through and do the first one, I think that's right. But then I just burnt out after that one. I didn't want to leave. I wanted to leave it till later. So we're gonna go ahead and do those three things. And today's probably gonna be a shorter stream again, like it was yesterday. But let's go ahead and finish up do this stuff, and then next weekend we'll be able to do more interesting stuff like Hildebrand. But let's not dilly-dally anymore. Go ahead and get started with the Arkasodara quests. We do that by starting off with Turna here. And let's see what they've been doing. Hippo healing. Turna's boundless optimism is flagged slightly as her eyes dart anxiously amongst Svarna's shuffling hippos. Happy to see you, Brithian. I've actually got something to tickle your thinker here. Hey Maru, get over here. Starting with the good news. Looks like the hottest thing on Thavnir is Svarna's new Tondor. What? Tondor? Folks can't get enough of our homemade grub. Oh, the food, okay. Being able to eat whatever we want is about the best idea I ever came up with. All you really need is life in his kitchen. I can't disagree with that. What brings us to our recent pickle. All the new business we're getting is really wearing down our hippos. We can't afford to lay off the work, but my poor girl Sayura's got bags under her eyes. Do hippos have comfy beds? This calls for a dip in the spa. Oh, that sounds okay. You know, I've never given creature comforts much thought before. But if it's our hippos, maybe it's time to start. But boss! Oh, if it isn't Gasa. What are you doing back so early? You're supposed to be out on delivery, ain't you? That's just it, boss. We got trouble. The order I was delivering, it got snatched straight out of my arms. Just when I entered the jungle, this bloke jumps out at me like I'm serving 2 for 1 at his favorite meal. That girl thick fed a bowl of oatmeal. I pull up so I don't ride straight into him, but he rushes me, grabs the food and I'm holding and takes off. How dare he? Stealing my food and running around in flashy armor like he ain't got an answer to nobody. Flashy armor? Armor. A meal moocher wearing armor? Alright. Forget that, Lungasa. We make the order and get it delivered on the double. Brilliant. You up for stretching your legs? Let's see if we can't find this son of a bum. I don't know how to pronounce that. Bujamga. Sure. Good. I'll go and hitch up Sayura. Saria. Or are we just discussing Saria being tired? If she'll even let me. How am I going to convince her this time? Like I said, we've got a thief to catch. Meet me over in the Shroud of Somga, and we'll see if he left any non-crumbs. Oh, looks like we gotta catch a food thief. Well, let's see, where are we headed? All the way over to Palixstan? Let's take a shortcut. Teleport straight over there. Ah, yes, down this way. Oh, looks like Turna convinced Saria. Here you are. Perfect timing. Me and Saria just made a sweep, but we didn't see nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing not surprising, of course. No thief I've ever met sticks around to face the music. Anyway, see if you can pick anything we might have missed. A jungle's always moving, after all. You never know what you might find. Me and Sayurila catch up in a bit. Let me know if you find anything suspicious. Okay. Let's see. Let's check the conveniently located quest markers. See if we find anything suspicious there. Point of interest. How interesting. As you survey the area for suspicious activity, you spot an armed Arkasodara. You recognized her as the hunter, Sula. She lifts her hand in salutation before disappearing into the jungle. Guess they didn't want to actually animate that. Okay, next one. Another Sir. Sir, I'm busy. I'm questing here. Oh well, let's check this other interesting point of interest. As you survey the area for suspicious activity, some nearby leaves rustle and murderous Asavata appears. Oh my, how murderous. Put him on cold ice? Is that the phrase? There we go. Just using triple cast. Just completely annihilate him with a bunch of fire fours. Okay, where's our other interesting point of interest? Oh. Pwah. Pwah. Survey the area yields no suspicious. Your survey of the area yields not a suspicious person, but two adorable hippo calves. You should run. You should run really fast, because Mom is probably nearby. You may smell more like hippo than you think, because they cling to you as a comrade. Uh-oh. Without a herd to protect them, these two calves might easily fall prey to other wild beasts. It would be best to pause your search for now and accompany them to safety. I guess. Paw, paw. The energetic hippo calf looks ready to follow you. It nudges the shy hippo calf beside it in encouragement. Turna should know what to do. Hippo calves now accompanying you and work or follow mechanics. Yeah. So can I just like fly over there and ignore them? Yeah, I sure can. Alright, Turna, I got 2 babies here for you to take care of. Wait, where'd you get those hippos? Don't tell me you're the type that can't help picking up strays if they look at you all winsome-like. Nothing suspicious, save these little pots, huh? Strange, there weren't other hippos, though. Me and Sayuria also made an odd find. A radiant who'd gotten smacked around by a beast, but no sign of our thief. Anyway, I bundled him into a cart and sent Sayuria off to paddock stand. Let's head over as well. Gussa should be there with his delivery by now, and I want to get his account again. Bring those calves while you're at it. It's too dangerous to leave them out here alone. Well, that's good. We shouldn't leave them all out alone, like she said. There we go. Alright then, let's head over to paddock stand. I could teleport, but it's right here. I need to bind a hotkey to mute my mic. Because I just had to mute it manually, reaching over to the other monitor. Okay, let's talk to everyone. Teacher really seems to like Thavnarian cuisine. I wonder if it's very strange from her homelands. Sorry to keep you waiting. 2 hippo rider specials. Fast, fresh, and ready to eat. Oh, at last I partake in the famed hippo rider special. The spicy tandoori prawns. The sumptuous fish tikka. If only grandmother could see me now, ordering fresh fish in the custom of the locals. Yeah. Looks like that Radiant got back safely. Once one of their friends just thanked me. Greetings, Brilliant. Yazon tells me you've taken the shipping trade. You sure do know everybody, don't you? Apologies for the delay of your delivery. Some scoundrel ran off with the first batch we sent. What's this island coming to? The Arkasodara can't even trust each other not to act like 2 gill thieves. And that's not even getting into the big bugger's poor taste in armor. Anyway, we're terribly sorry to have kept you waiting, miss. Think nothing of it. It was only the most minor of delays. I'm more worried about the scoundrel you mentioned. I've been patrolling this area for some time. This is the first I've heard of an Arkasodara. Wearing armor? Oh no, mother forbid. Forfend? Yeah, it was forfend. In any case, I'll be sure to keep my eyes extra sharp whilst patrolling. We can't have Matango running wild and pilfering prawn now, can we? You're making an odd squeaking noise, did you know? And your tikka is getting cold. Right you are, young Rakshir. Let us eat. As grandmother used to say, an empty stomach leads to forced fires. Or was it friendly fire? Forgive me, I feel faint. After we partake of these delicious meals, we shall scour the jungle for any nefarious subjects. I will send word if we find anything. You're making an odd squeaking sound. Oh, you shut up, you little brat. So, are you going to introduce me, or should I skip straight to the cuddlin'? They were alone? Usually calves this young are glued to their parents, but you're saying there were no other hippos around? My deliveries are done, so why don't I go back and take a look around in the watering holes up north? See if my expert eye don't pick up something useful. Truth be told, these These darlings probably smell too much like us to be going back to their herd now. Take 'em home so we can make sure they grow up right. Will you, boss? Gassa can be hot-headed. Can be a hothead, but he's a real hippo whisperer, and no one knows him better. I'll take the juniors back to Savannah. Stop by later when you get a chance. Okay, sounds good to me. You got any extra grub? Alright, let's teleport back. Let's teleport to Yedlamod and then fly on over to the hippos. Hippo riders. Oops. I'll never get used to that. Alright, this should wrap up the Hippo Rider quests, or the Arkasodara quest, and then we'll head on over to Old Charlian and do Ameliance's custom deliveries and quest. Okay, Turna, how are the hippos doing? Well, they seem fine to me. These calves are making themselves right at home. Nothing better than having a herd, after all. You went out looking for bandits and brought back hippo calves instead? You're pretty bad at finding things, Brilliant, but they sure are cute. The master returns. Find anything? I searched high and low, boss. But there's not a hippo to be had for gill or glory. Judging by their tracks, the herd must have up and left in a hurry. So you think the calves got left behind in the scramble? I reckon nothing short of an outright blaze would be enough to separate cow from calf, but I ain't heard news of any fires recently. Something else might have been done, boss, or someone. I found tracks that looked awful like an Arkasodara's. I thought that's where this was heading. A rival hippo rider? A hippo poacher? Maybe. Can't rule it out, to be sure. Thankfully, I don't find no grizzly bits or nothing, so either way, the hippos probably got away safely. In any case, we got no good grub-grabbing, hippo-harassing lowlife on our hands. We've gotta be extra careful till we catch this bandit. Maybe so, but us hippo riders are professionals now. We can't let nothing stop from delivering. Son of a bomb! Oh. Udrumga, the creature comforts. Yeah, she completely forgot about that. Boss, you feeling alright? I am, but our hippos ain't. If this thief comes angling for our deliveries again, and the hippos are too tired to haul themselves out of there, we're done for. And I'm not feeling great about our odds, seeing as even Sarya was tipping me the cold shoulder earlier. I thought I'd have to put her in the cart. If it's rest or poor Pot's need, then our first order of business is a proper sleeping stable. Long overdue, if you ask me. And for our new additions, a wading pool. It's safer if we can get a swim right at home. That's true. I guess we could fix up the old fish pond and make splash. If it ain't deep enough for the bigger hippo, it ain't deep enough for the bigger hippos though. It's better than nothing. And we can't keep him cooped up in Savannah all the time anyway. That's no good for a hippo's soul. May as well take him out for a proper bathing excursions. I guess they are the ones who doing most of the legwork, but this ain't no small project, Gassa. You better be helping me build all this. I mean, I would hope he would help. They are kind of cute though. It's not super deep, but that's plenty. That's plenty. But they animated eating. I think you might have worked a little too hard. Thanks to Maru and Gossa's exhaustive efforts, Zvarna has a new stable and wading pool. The hippo riders are now known as a unique couriers, which is presumably an improvement. Make the most of their rested and refreshed hippos. Reputation up. Your reputation is increased to respected. You have achieved respected reputation with the Hippo Riders. No Arkasodara tribal quests are available from Maru and Zvarna. Furthermore, undertake additional quests. Yeah, new stuff. Wider selection. Alright, let's see what new stuff we have. Oh, that's the Mender. I talked to Ganta here. Let's see, what's new? We got a card, cool. And is that all? I think so. Let's go ahead and click the card. Alright, and that wraps up the Arkasodara quest. We're gonna head on over to Limsa, and then we'll head on over to Old Charlian. And I'll go ahead and update the stream text. Let's see, we're gonna need to be a crafter for this. I got a different crafter glam. I think, I don't remember if I had it last week or not. I switched to using my fuzzy slippers and a sweater. It's very simple. It, like, I have to take it takes all of my willpower to not use black tights in a glam, but clearly I didn't succeed this time. Alright, let's head over to the Livier Estate and talk to Ameliance. See what... Oh, wait a minute. I don't need to talk to her yet. I need to head over to the square and we need to make some luncheon coffers. And that is, yeah, 1 material each, and we're going to go ahead and do 3. Oops, past the thing. We need to get 3 luncheon coffer materials. Oh, I think I gotta hit the right way. See, are my retainers done? Yeah, let me check my retainers real quick. We're getting close to capped on milk. And then, yeah, I have enough pop toes now. Let's just send her out to do integral logs like usual. Because I don't know what else to send her out to do. Alright, let's talk to Zavani here. Zenovi. Need to get 3 luncheon coffer materials. Yes, 3 of these. And then I actually have to think for a second. Let's see, want to do waste not, innovation, and then preparatory touch. I'll probably do 2 of these. And then I should have enough to her Bygot's blessing. Yeah, I think I don't even need. Well, I mean, that was a good... Oh yeah, that's really easy. I don't even really need to do an innovation there. Just do 2 preparatory touches and then Bygot's blessing. I can get away with 3. Wait, no I can't. What am I talking about? So I need 2 careful syntheses. Oh no, I'm fine. Right, because that only takes half. Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, so I don't need innovation, I can shorten it. I can do 3 preparatory touches, or I can do... great strides and God's blessing. That should be enough, right? Yeah, that's enough. I only need to get to there. And then let's do 2 careful sentences. Alright, Ameliance, got your luncheon coffers. Let's see what our new student, what new lore we can get from this, our student. Or the student that's living with her. Because last time we learned something along the lines of that... Oh yeah, we made the luncheon coffers because the kids were not eating the food at the studio because it was so bad. Okay, let's go ahead and turn in these 3. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Ah, there's our master artisan. Yeah, this is a normal one. While they attend the studium, Aglaia would always request her meals be prepared, while Alphanode was always quite happy to sate his appetite with Archon loaf each and every day, a particular trait he inherited from his father. Oh yeah, I can imagine. There's a matter I wish to discuss with you. It concerns Mila. I fear she may be having difficulty with spellcraft. It is a complex art that cannot be learned quickly, nor through pure effort. One must have the aptitude for it. Fortunately, from what I've observed, Mila appears to have not only the capability to wield magic, but also a clear understanding of how it works, in theory at least. And as you have seen, she holds a strong desire to succeed. But I fear her determination is merely born of stubbornness. With each passing day, she returns home later and later. Lest you wonder, being the considerate soul she is, Mila always sends word in advance. Even today, she notified me that she would be studying on campus until late. I understand all too well the desire to prove oneself, but it should never come at the cost of one's own health. I must speak with her immediately, before she falls ill, or worse. You may think me overprotective, but I am a mother after all, and you would do the same thing in my shoes, I'm sure. You may think me overprotective, but she is just a child. I have a duty to look after her, both as a mother and a friend. Yet the studium is ever so large, is it not? I would be eternally grateful if you would help me search for her. I mean, technically, like, from a scale perspective, yes, it's really big. Wonderful! You need but say the word. I'm ready to leave at a moment's notice. Ameliance now considers you champion of House Levier. Champion. Ameliance is overjoyed with your efforts. She now considers you champion of House Levier. And yet there's so much work to be done, so she ensures student enrollment, academic homestead program, feel at home in Old Charlian. Ted and Ameliance's new favor to ask of you. New quest continuing the story. Ameliance's efforts with the academic homestead program in Old Charlian is now available. Upon its completion, the custom delivery list of Ameliance will be updated. Yep. Go ahead and talk to her. A mother's love. Ameliance is eager to depart for the studium. Lest you worry, I've informed Merrill to wait here in case Mila returns home before we find her. With that, let us be off. Oh, I can scarcely wait to see the look on her face when we arrive. Yeah, she's gonna be like, Mom, what are you doing here? I mean, Ameliance, what are you doing here? It's like when a young kid calls their teacher Mom. Okay, Ameliance. It is strange that, having come all this way, I now begin to have second thoughts about my plan to surprise Mila. Surely she would be glad to see us. More so, I should think, if she were to see you in the lead. Yeah, I guess that's true. You are far too kind. Thank you. Phenomenon is where she's most likely to be, so I suggest we start there. Ameliance not accompanying you, why would I ever want to leave her behind? I thought the Numenon, right. The Phenomenon is the common area. Oh, let's go see if we can find Mila. Well, I think, let's start here first. I should have known she would not be here. This is rarely an opportunity to remain idle at the studium after all. She did mention some manner of practical training today, however. Perhaps we can find her in Maker's Meet, or, failing that, we can ask if any students have seen her. Okay. But, my, how wonderful it is to walk through these halls again. So many fond memories. Perhaps you could care to hear a story or two. Oh yes, please continue. Tell me more about you and how you and Fortunald would walk hand in hand down the halls of the studium. It was the twins' graduation when I was last here. Unfortunately, an emergency forum meeting, of course. An emergency forum meeting prevented Fortunald from attending. Because of course there was an emergency meeting. I'd never seen Alizé in such a foul mood, understandable. Alphanode, meanwhile, tried to put on a brave face, saying he understood the demand and duty of the forum, but a mother knows when her children are hurting. Fortunald was no better. Would that you have seen it? He spent an entire day with Alphanode in the kitchen, baking batch after batch of ginger cookies for Alizé in an amusing attempt to cheer her up. You know, these are the stories. This is why you hang out with Ameliance. She's got all the goofy, embarrassing, cute stories. Oops, wrong door, right? No, that was right. I'm sorry. Did you need something? Please forgive our intrusion. Would you perchance happen to know where we can find Mila Dean? She's a student newly arrived from Thafnir. Ah, but how rude of me. I am her host mother, Ameliance Livier. Ameliance Livier? Yes, of course. Mila, she's in the same course as me. She usually heads over to the pavilion by Numenon to study on her own after class. Perfect. She shan't be hard to find then. My apologies again for the disturbance. No problem at all. It was an honor to meet you, milady. We've no time to lose. Let us make for the pavilion near Numenon. Ah, yes. That's where we had our reading sessions, right? First, we gotta get more stories. As a student, my studies here centered around the arcane. Fortunald, meanwhile, studied the art of somnotics, a dreadfully difficult discipline undertaken by those who aspire to become sages. One fateful day, he and I found ourselves working together on an experiment, of course. I had never worked closely with him before, but I knew him well by reputation. He was said to be unbelievably cantankerous, stubborn and unapproachable, and overall quite insufferable, all of which turned out to be true. I see he hasn't changed. Naturally, I wish to learn everything about him. This is why we're doing these quests. He was always so flustered whenever we spoke, averting his eyes this way and that. It was all so very amusing and peculiar. To even think of it begs more for laughter. Tis probably best that we keep this conversation between ourselves. Don't worry, Ameliance. As long as you give me more stories like this, I'll be happy to keep my lips sealed. Alright, looks like there's another talking point out in here. Did we do this one? I think we did already. This was the one where she said... Yeah, the twins' graduation. How Daddy couldn't make it. Alright, let's head out over to this talking point and then see if we can find Mila. Discuss Numenon. You wish to know about the Numenon? Oh, there's not much to tell for those dusty old halls, though I suppose they are not without a memorable moment or two. I once ventured there in the dead of night for some last-minute research. The deadline for my thesis was very close at hand, you see. The corridors were dark and empty, with naught but the soft echo of my footsteps to keep me company. And suddenly, a shadowy phantom appeared before me, as if the very void itself. Much to my surprise, a phantom it was not. Nay, it was Svorchnald, under the veil of his vanish spell. He'd been sneaking around the forbidden archives. Daddy has some dark secrets. Gods, the look on his face. He near died from embarrassment. Speak of this to no one, I beg you, he cried. I obliged, but on the condition he take me to dinner. Now you see who's the leader in this relationship, as I'm sure you've already figured out. I trust you understand he's not to hear a word of this conversation. Oh, don't worry, Ameliance. My lips are sealed. Oh, right, yeah, this is where we had a reading session during MSQ. Oh, there's Mila. Did she fall asleep? Oh yeah, I think she fell asleep. There she is, but she doesn't quite seem herself. But why is the, what are they called again? What are those things called? Why is the mammoth laying there? Mila? Lady Ameliance? And brilliant as well. Oh no, is something wrong? No, not at all, my dear. Everything is quite alright. Brilliant and I merely wish to check on you. It is getting rather late after all. You must be famished. Oh, I'm sorry for making you worry. I just was so absorbed in what I was doing. What were you doing? Is she making a mammoth? I take it you've been using this mammoth here to practice your healing. Yes, but to be perfectly honest, it hasn't been going well. The mammoth is designed specifically to respond to healing magics. Rather than to risk the danger of practicing on a living patient, students use puppets such as this. When a spell is successful, the mammoth will rise to its feet. Observe. Amazing! Lady Ameliance, that was simply incredible. Such grace and precision, without expending even an ounce of excess energy. It was absolutely perfect. Yet no matter what I do, the mammoth refuses to even move. I've been trying so hard to prove my mother wrong, but maybe she was right. Maybe I never should have convinced myself that I could master healing magics. I came all this way and accomplished nothing. You've been so kind to me, Lady Ameliance, and I don't want to waste any more of your precious time. Perhaps it'd be best if I returned home. Nothing could be further from the truth. You think so too, don't you? Yeah. Yes, that is simply not true. Please cheer up, Mila. Whoa, are you making it speak, Lady Ameliance? Parents are always thinking of their children. Your mother surely wants the best of you. That's not always true. I know that. I do truly. That's why I'm afraid of disappointing her. You are not a puppet. You need not dance to your mother's tune. You have determination, passion, and a wonderful dream. Besides, always doing as one is told is not easy. Take it from me. I'm an expert. He's a puppet. That's hardly something to brag about. This is the darling smile I've come to admire. Mila, there is no doubt in my mind that a brilliant, hard-working young lady like yourself would make a fine alchemist. Your mother surely saw the same, and simply wished for you to walk an easier path, a path where your success would be assured. But with great resolve and determination, you fought to pursue your own way forward. This is part of what it means to become an adult. After a child strikes out on their own, a mother can only pray they find happiness. I know not what to say. Perhaps a light stroll might help me collect my thoughts before I make any rash decisions. Then we shall take a leisure walk back to the estate. I would much rather hear your decision once we are returned. You'd like to come down with something if you stay outdoors over long. Well, that was nice. Anyway, let's head on back over to Live Your Estate and wrap things up. So I need to start actually working on these studium delivery quests. Today I actually finally finished the Shadow Warlit, or the Shadowbringer's Trials. It was way darker and sad, more sad than I was expecting. Alright, let's go and talk to everyone and wrap this up. I'm sorry for making you worry, and thank you. Welcome back. If you've worked up an appetite, you'll be pleased to hear that the head chef is presently preparing an exquisite Thavnarian stew. Mommy. I've decided. I'm going to finish what I started. If there came a day when a life I could have saved was lost because I gave up now, I'd never be able to forgive myself. But more than that, I want to repay the support and kindness you both have shown me. I want to make you proud. That is, if you'll still have me. Oh, come now. You hardly need to ask. You shall ever be welcome here, Mila, and have our unwavering support. Have you any sage counsel for our aspiring weaver of magic here? I don't know, I'm a crafter. If worse comes to worse, you can always have your fists. Practice makes perfect. You must have a sympathetic heart to those in need of succor. An unshakable will is key. Let's do that one. A sympathetic heart. A shoulder for those in need to lean on. I want to become someone like that. Like you. I'm glad someone recognizes my efforts. One last word of advice from a former student of the studium. Set aside practicing healing incantations for the time being, and focus solely on manipulating the mammoths. Magic is the power to convert one's ether into tangible phenomena. The key is to visualize precisely what it is you wish to bring forth. I believe your problem stems from a lack of solid image of your mind's eye. When picturing the act of healing, what do you envision? I don't know really. I've been so caught up with trying the perfect technique, I hadn't given any thought. Then focusing on manipulating the mammoth may be just what you need. You can concentrate on clear images like making it walk, run, or sit. With enough practice and repetition, more abstract concepts such as the inner workings of healing a wound should become easier to conceive. I see. The whole process just seems so complex that That's in the past. From now on, I'm going to focus on visualizing everything, step by step. That's the spirit. But do take care not to push yourself too hard. For now, I think a hot bowl of soup is precisely what you need. It's a Thavnarian recipe, so I hope it offers a taste of home. The little hop. Of course, a yawn comes at the wrong time. I cannot thank you enough for accompanying me today. I admit, I may have lost track of time in all the excitement. Now then, if Mila and the other students are to continue their training, I believe it prudent to prepare a new set of mammoths. Those of cruder make are more troublesome to manipulate, and thus I must ask that you fashion ether conductive units to replace them. With a mammoth of good quality, Mila should be able to grasp how to manipulate ether rather quickly, and I shall be beside her, ready to help at every turn. Well, that was good. Now we gotta make some ether conductive components for the next one. Ah, brilliant. How are you? If you ever need respite... Yeah. Okay, so we need to make 3 mammoths. Let's go ahead and do those real quick. And then I'll probably go ahead and take a quick break before we go ahead and do the last Aglaia quest. But first we gotta head over to the center and buy the components we need. Okay, over here. I wonder if this one's gonna be a little bit harder. Because so far, all the other ones have either been quick craft or they've been really easy to craft. I mean, they shouldn't be that difficult to craft, to be honest. Okay, so we need 3 of these. And then custom deliveries, Ameliance, and mammoths. Okay, so this one's a little harder. Go ahead and try doing an innovation this time. Okay, this one I got a good proc, so I probably don't need to... Oh yeah, that's more than enough. It seems about the same difficulty as the other one. Just slightly more for this, which means I should probably take advantage of the muscle memory proc. But let me go and do a final appraisal first to make sure I don't... Okay, that's perfect. So I don't need final appraisal for it. Let me try not doing innovation. Let's do 3 of these, then a Byregot's Blessing. Yeah, that should be fine, and then I can do 1 more basic synthesis. Oh yeah, that's more than enough. Did I do an innovation that time? I don't remember. I don't think I did. I did 2 or 3 preparatory touches. I did 3 preparatory touches and then a Byregot's Blessing. No, I didn't. What? I think I must have gotten a good proc. Okay, let's just do this. Doesn't matter that much. There we go. These are not that difficult recipes, so I have a lot of leeway on what I can and can't do. Anyway, let's head on back over to Livier Estate and turn these in. Alright, Ameliance, I've got your mammoths made. Go ahead and turn them in real quick. Oh, does she have different dialogue for this part? Yeah. Thank you for another incredible round of deliveries, Brilliant. Words can express the boon and the homestead program, yeah. I would like to think we have some good friends through our work together as well. Bushnell would no doubt be shocked, perhaps even envious, were he to see what we've accomplished thus far. Had finished the weekly deliveries? Okay, done with the quickest custom deliveries. Now let's go ahead and I'll head over to Ralgar's Reach, and then I'm going to go ahead and take a quick break. And when I get back, we'll go ahead and do the last of the Aglaia quests, or the last quest that was added with 6.1 for the Alliance Raid series, and it's right here. The Face of an Explorer. Hey, Ralgar. And then that'll just go ahead and wrap up this stream. I guess I could just, actually no, I'm just gonna go ahead and do it, because this probably won't take too long. The Face of an Explorer. Oh, hold on, yeah, let's go ahead and do this. The Face of an Explorer. Apprehension is writ upon Derek's face. What strange manners for the one who proposed the survey to so promptly abandon it. It's not, I'll not lie. I'm not given to working one-on-one with one another, but I suppose I agreed to this arrangement. He's a loner. Well, we'd best be on our way. As I recall, the Milvaneth Sacrarium is still closed for construction, so let us try our luck with our Arzaneth Osiri. You have no objection to traveling separately, I trust. Good. I'll see you in Ul'dah. Of course, it's gonna take us straight to Ul'dah. But then again, we're gonna investigate Nelthal, that's right. Anyway, let's head on over to Ul'dah. Okay, now where are we headed? Oh, okay, right. Of course, we're gonna go talk to the Conjurers about Nelthal. Not the Conjurers. Conjurers are healers. The Thaumaturges. Oh, right, who are we talking to? Ah, there's Derek. Ah, you're here. Of the Defic twins, Nodthal, here they worship Thal, who keeps the realm of the dead and weighs the worth of men's souls. In contrast, Nod keeps the world of the living and oversees their financial fortunes. Their names are borne by many a location and religious organizations. Some extremely wealthy and powerful exist in the nurture faith in them. On the surface, it may seem strange that a hub of commerce such as Ul'dah would be home to such spiritual people, but it is actually quite logical when one considers that their religion is, in essence, commerce. Yes, the Lala religion. In any event, Nalthal is truly unusual divinity. What was originally held to be one god came to be worshipped as twins. Indeed, rather than two distinct entities, that which we encountered was a single being possessed of two personalities. That's true. Oops. Did I mishear? Did he just say they encountered an Nalthal? No. He was speaking figuratively. And while his... oh no. And while his appearance differs somewhat from the divinities worshipped, it cannot be denied that there is a striking similarities in their nature. Oh no. We're starting to attract attention. Perhaps we should avoid talking about that here. He's completely oblivious. Forgive me. This is hardly a place for such a conversation. Let us continue it elsewhere. They met in Arthal? Okay, Derek, we can continue our conversation now. 'Twas careless of me to speak to openly speak of our encounter with a divinity within a place where he is worshipped. Hereon, I will exchange greater caution. You better. Surprised they didn't lynch us or something. I thank you for alerting me to my indiscretion, and ask that you keep it between us. Now then, to finish our... Excuse me, sir. Now then, to finish our conversation, as I mentioned, though the Nautafal as worshipped by men appears somewhat different, there are undeniable similarities in their nature. I believe we may report this much to Grahatia, sir. I'm trying to speak here. With that, our work here is done. Rather than waiting for our companion to arrive, perhaps we might seek him out at the sunken temple? He mentioned needing to make a detour. Were we to set out now, we ought to be able to catch up with him. After all, we hardly know one another. Rather than loiter with an unfamiliar person, it's better to use our time productively, wouldn't you agree? Sure. Let us head to the sunken temple of Karn at once. And that's in southern Thandlin, I believe, so let's head on out there. Okay, we can head out to here and then fly into southern Thandlin and then keep flying down there. Because the closest Aetheryte is the La Amiga, which isn't that much of help. Okay, yeah, Karn's over here. Oh, right. Oh, this doesn't look good. Are you alright? If you hear me, please say something. You're here, thank goodness. I found this woman collapsed, though I can see no obvious injuries. By her attire, she appears to be some manner of scholar. Water, food, in my bag. Please. I see. Brilliant. May I trouble you to find her bag? I will stand lookout in the meantime. Sure, I can do that. Now where's the bag? Come on, I need a convenient quest marker to tell me where to go. I can't think for myself. Where is it though? I guess I should just fly, shouldn't I? There it is. Nope, that's them. I swear I saw it before. Oh, there it is. This guy found it for me. Examining the bag, you find a skein with little water left, but there appears to be no provender. For now, you decide to take the water to the woman. I mean, that's better than nothing. If I understand her correctly, Rebecca is somewhere nearby. Please find it. So thirsty. So hungry. Well, here's a little bit of water. Not enough food. I need food. Well, I mean, I've got food in my inventory, but that's not canon. I have not saved dried meat, tough as leather. Do you have anything easier to consume? I mean, yes, but again, not canon. Oh, Graha. Brilliant, Derek. What are you doing here? Actually, that can wait. Steady, Shugrim. Shugaim. I've brought you Archon loaf and coffee. Made sweet and creamy, just as you like it. Well, then it's not coffee anymore. Ah, I am reborn. Washed down with a sweet beverage, the life-giving nutrients of Archon loaf permeate my being from head to toe. Ah, yes, another Charlian. Thank you, kind stranger. However, you knew my preferred source of sustenance. You are truly a godsend. Wait a minute. Oh, it's you, Raha. What brings you here? I don't recall mentioning my fieldwork. It's for my research into the Beladians' worship of Azim, you see. Have you heard from Kryl? The students are presently investigating the 12, and we would prevail upon your expertise. May I introduce Snowgime, expert mythologist. She is a collaborator of the students, and like many of Charlian's scholar, is passionate about her endeavors to the point of forgetting to eat. Seeing as she has recovered, may I ask the two of you to tell me about her the Phantom Realm? Yeah, so we kind of like med for the members of the 12, and like, yeah. The 12 abide in the Phantom Realm, and you exchange not only words with them, but blows besides. Incredible! And your description of their domains, a thunderous tower in one and a sweltering city in another, are precisely as the heavens of lightning and fire depicted in legend. In ancient times, worshippers of the 12 believed that there exist 7 heavens and 7 hells. And that's why we always hear Robon saying, 7 hells! Aetherology has since established that departed souls return to the ethereal sea. But it seems those afterlife domains were more than just inventions of the mortal imagination. As a pursuer of myths, I must say it feels somewhat anticlimactic to suddenly have these revelations given to me. But more than that, I'm dying to know more. Which is to say, please allow me to join your investigation. I'm sure he's not happy about it, but Graha will be like, great! Ahem. We would, of course, welcome your presence. Without further ado, then, let us head to the Umphalos. Kryl awaits us there. Derek's not going to be too happy about this. He's already annoyed that there's 3 people on the team. Now there's going to be a 4th. Alright, let's head on back. Where are we going? Umphalos? Yeah, that's right. Let's teleport to Revenant's Toll and fly on over there. Umphalos is the Phantom Realm. Right? I think. Yeah, that's where the stuff was. Let's fly on over there. Should be right here? No, right here. Oh, right, it was between those 2 rocks. That's what I was looking for, but I couldn't quite see them. Nope, can't mount up here. Oh, right, Kryl, we're back. Or, I'm back, at least. I don't see anyone else. Oh, he's over there. Looks like there's a little bird, too. Nope, just the Spriggan. Okay, Kryl, we're back. Or, at least I'm back. Welcome back, everyone! And welcome, Snowgrim. I'm glad you could join us. Kryl, how delightful to see you again. I understand you've been doing a fine job of leading the students. But may I say what a lovely place this is? At a glance, this appears to be the highest of the heavens of legend, the seventh heaven. Seventh heaven. And ooh, aren't those? If those aren't the symbols representing the other heavens, I take it those are their respective gateways. I should like to pay them a visit. Hold your horses, Snowgrim. For Snowgrim's benefit, let us review what we have learned thus far, and thence deliberate the next step. The gods reappeared before us in Ralgar's Reach. Though they were disguised as unassuming creatures, their laws forbid them from showing their true forms outside their realm. Yet, in the event the ambient ether becomes unstable, such as during an umbral calamity, it is possible for the realm, and indeed the gods themselves, to be glimpsed by mortals. And such sightings, we believe, have given rise to various faiths and practices throughout Eorzea. As we confirmed in Ul'dah, the Nodthal worshipped by people and the Nodthal we encountered have more similarities than they do differences. In the course of exploring the Umphalos, two things caught my attention. The first is the gate which lies in the innermost area. If each one of the 6 gates lead to an elementally aspect heaven, and we stand in the 7th heaven, as Snowgime says. What then lies beyond the last gate? The second is the monument. It harbors some manner of magic, unlike anything I've seen before. I will endeavor to decipher it, but it will take time. Divinities that have existed since time immemorial, who abide in domains resembling the heavens of legends. Why have they chosen to reveal themselves to mortals seeking battle? Unless they favor us with more of their secrets, it would seem this monument holds the key to solving the mystery. Indeed, much and more yet lies beyond our understanding, but we'll keep chasing the truth together. And I'm sure you'll agree with me. This is tiring work, both mentally and physically. We need to pace ourselves. To which end, I might suggest we return to Revenant's Toll and have a rest before we embark on the next stage of our investigation. Oh, that's gonna wrap things up. Let's go ahead and head back to Mordona, and then we'll finish up this quest. Right? Right? Ah, okay. Cutscene. So rarely do I get to simply chat with colleagues. I'd fairly forgotten what it felt like. Indeed, it's quite fitting that we should be doing so here in the 7th heaven. Yeah, that's what the bar's called. Fitting? That's an understatement if I've ever heard one. The 7th and highest of heavens, which rules over the remaining 6, was right here in Mordona all this time. This isn't fitting, my friends, it's destiny. Calm down, Snowgime. little bit over much. You're obviously well versed in the myths surrounding the heavens and hells. If you don't mind, I should like to hear your thoughts on them. Poor Derek. He just has to sit there. And be social. You invested as they are in their research. It doesn't take much to stoke their passion. My apologies if it makes you uncomfortable. This whole encounter makes me uncomfortable. Having always traveled alone, I'm admittedly not too familiar with such a lively atmosphere, but I don't mislike it. Square Enix just keeps writing relatable characters. By the way, the two of you arrived at the sunken temple rather quickly. Did something happen? No. Nothing happened. We just finished faster than usual. Or than we expected. Well, as pleasant as this has been, it's past time we return to the annex. The paperwork for this commission isn't going to complete itself, alas. Then I shall take myself to Omphalos. There's so much there that I'd like to see. And I believe I'll go for a walk nearby. It's getting a little warm in here. Alright, do take care now. Alright, where do we need to talk? Oh, okay. Let's probably talk to Derek. Yeah, talk to Derek and let's wrap this up. Oh, brilliant. It's pleasant, isn't it? The smells and sounds of a tavern. It makes one feel alive. And afterwards, stepping outside alone and breathing the cool air. I like that just as much. While we await developments, I shall remain here in Revenant's Toll. If there are any tidings, rest assured, I will share them with you. Thank you for your help thus far. I doubt so much could have been accomplished without you. Of course not, I'm the main character. The quest doesn't happen if I don't do it. Alright, that wraps up. Alright, that wraps up the last of the Aglaia Alliance raid quests that were added with 6.1. And that's gonna be all for the stream today. I know it's another short stream, but we accomplished what I wanted to get done this weekend. And next weekend, I believe I have Hildebrand, and then there's some Omega quests. So I'll need to plan out how I'm gonna do that next week, or on the next weekend. But we're done with what we're gonna do today, and I'll let you guys know what we're gonna be doing next time. But until then, goodbye.